Welcome to the Existential Empath Podcast. My name is Tanya, and I am an intuitive empath. My intention is to share valuable tools and techniques that I have learned so you can tap into your own inner healer naturally and intuitively. Welcome back, everyone. I have guest Carolina Ayala here with me today. She is a Pranic Healer and holistic life coach who helps people improve their lives through the knowledge of energy. Welcome, Carolina. I'm so glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
So what we're going to dive into today is overcoming resistance to meditation. And I see this often with my quantum healing hypnosis potential clients. I actually have people say to me, but what if I can't meditate? Or what if I have a block? Or what if I can't get hypnotized? Or what if I can't do this? And there's a lot of what ifs. So I thought you and I could have a discussion about this. You being a pranic healer, let's first talk about what is prana and, how does that correlate here with meditation?
Yeah, well, prana is a word in Sanskrit that means life force, meaning that everything is energy, right? So pranic healing is healing through the use of energy. So we have many different techniques that you can learn. Is worldwide. You can go wherever you are. If you look pranic healing, there is always a center close by. So that's amazing. So how that correlates with the resistance to meditate, right? Absolutely. Everything is energy, right? So we have to start with that. Then what I notice in my practice is that when people come to me and say, I don't know, I cannot meditate, right? Mm-hmm. The reason is the first thing that we talk about is what is meditation? Because many people have a different concept of what meditation should look like, absolutely, what I'm supposed to do, right? So that creates a lot of limiting beliefs, right? Mm-hmm. Limiting energies. So that's why you have the resistance, because I don't know about this. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can do it, right? So normally I start with explaining that meditation in reality means to focus on. Okay. So you can meditate in so many forms, in so many ways. So meditation doesn't mean all the time, because in their mind, most of the people, they come to me and they say, no, but I cannot sit down on the floor like a pretzel with my legs, I cannot do that. I cannot quiet my mind. That's okay. So most of the time, the resistance people is about posture. They say, I cannot do this. So I tell them, you can meditate sitting down comfortably on a chair. You can meditate on your bed. You can meditate walking, in nature. So it's not, you cannot allow that to be limiting for you. It's more than that, right? Another reasons for resistance is time.
Yes.
I don't have the time. Well, if you understand how meditation, the benefit of meditation, how meditation will change your energy and will change your life, you will make it a priority. So you will make the time.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like anything, right? It's like going to the gym. It's whatever you prioritize. That's how you can, kind of incorporate that into your life, into your daily practice.
Yeah, and that's also what I said to my clients and people around. Is like, meditation is like going to the gym. When you start going to the gym, you go, first day, you do your exercises, you go home, and what happened? Nothing. You don't see nothing. No difference, right? But when you are constant and you start going and have a routine, you start looking the difference in your body and you get excited and you want more and you say, yes, now I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Same thing happened with the meditation. Mm-hmm. It's all about creating a routine, having the constancy to do it, and put it on your schedule. Like going to the gym, every day I go to the gym at this time, or you make your schedule today in the morning, next day in the afternoon, but you make it happen, right?
And I loved how you said too, I do a lot of walking meditation. I love that because I feel like I'm getting movement, while I'm walking. I'm outside in nature and I'm allowing myself to quiet my mind and to do that. So if, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't always have to be seated in the lotus position, like a pretzel and, looking like a monk. And, that's not what I think. That's what our perception is of what meditation is. is, but meditation is really, like you said, to focus on. So you could focus on anything if it is quieting the mind, if it is focusing on maybe manifesting something into your life, or focusing on creating, whatever it may be. Meditation can be incorporated into whatever it is you want to focus on. I love how you started it out like that, because people do, we get so caught up in, oh, I'm stressed out, meditation is making me stressed out, when it's really the opposite of what it should be doing, right?
Totally the opposite, yes. And then the other thing is that because of that is the perception that it's difficult to meditate. But I think that is that rooted in the fear of the unknown. I don't know what are going to be the results. So you are really meditating on the expectation of what is going to happen. So you're not really allowing yourself to flow, to allow the energy to flow through you, right? So I keep telling people, it's not difficult. It's like everything in life. It takes practice.
Yes, it does. And so, Carolina, is there certain times that it's best to meditate, or does it matter?
Well, that's another kind of the resistance. I don't have time, or I don't have time early in the morning, because everybody thinks that the only moment for you to meditate is waking up early in the morning. Not really, in Pranic Healing, my teacher, he used to say that the important thing is to meditate. At what time? The best time for you. If for you is noon, that's the best time. Before going to bed, that's the best time. The important thing is that you do it, because if you don't do it, you will never see the difference. So it's better for you to do it at any time than not doing anything at all.
Absolutely. And I think for me personally, I have the best time meditating, or the most success, right when I wake up in the morning, or right when I lay down to go to bed. So for me, that seems to be my best time. But like I said, I do walking meditations too in the middle of the day. So it really is, it's like any routine that you're creating in your life. It's just incorporating it into that routine and fitting it into your lifestyle, whenever it works best for you.
Exactly.
So let's talk about quiet time too, because I think too, that's another resistance, is people are like, I have kids, I have this, I have that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, meditation doesn't have to be totally quiet. You can do meditation in so many ways. There are so many types of meditation. The thing is that for you to think that meditation doesn't have to be something outside your life, have to be part of your life. If you see it like that, then you're going to start seeing ways that you can start doing your meditation, even though it's loud, because you can even dance in meditation. You can dance and enjoy and be in a high state of energy, and it's loud. And you're moving and you're enjoying, but you are meditating. It's about the intention that you put behind of everything that you do. Okay?
Absolutely. And I know for me, when it's loud, sometimes I'll put headphones on and listen to some solfeggio frequencies or some relaxing, calming music. And that will help me get into that meditative state too, because it'll drown out the noise around me. And it allows me to focus, on a tune or a sound.
Sometimes I use it as a test, right? How much can I focus, even though there is that noise outside, that I want to quiet, right? I need my time, but you have to be able to push that away at some point and be able to meditate. But that will come with time, right?
Absolutely.
But I use it as a challenge for me, right? Sometimes, because there are things that you cannot control. Sometimes when I am, the kids pass by and they're laughing, right? They're playing. But if I'm meditating, of course, you get distracted. You're like, oh, what they're doing, let me see. Right, but you have to have the constancy and the discipline to say no. I don't need to see what is happening. I know that there are kids playing, but I'm meditating and focusing on this that I'm doing.
Yeah, I guess it's just like, you come home from work and you want to go to the gym, and your spouse is like, oh, I'm cooking up this amazing meal. And you're like, ooh, I feel like I should go to the gym, but now I want to stay home and eat. So it really is, it's a discipline, and it's something, but what are some of the benefits of meditation, Carolina, that you've seen, some of the people that you've worked with and that you've taught how to meditate?
Well, at every level of your life, physically, you start getting, better health, because the more energy you have, the physically you feel better, more energized, you sleep better, relaxation. Emotionally, you calm your emotions. You are more like easy to follow with life, right? To walk through life. Mentally, You get sharp clarity, you get focus. It's easy for you to make decisions the more you meditate. Because you have that clarity that is like, it's an amazing feeling, right? And of course, spiritually, you start growing, meaning becoming the best version of yourself. You become more aware, even when you are doing things, you say, oh, maybe I don't want this in my life, let me stop. So you stop in the moment instead of after, right? So it gives you this awareness of how you are behaving, and then you can decide, this is what I want for my life, keep doing it. If not, then let me adjust.
Absolutely.
And in other areas, like financially, prosperity, abundance, better relationships. So in every area of your life, you can see the benefit.
Absolutely. And I think that's the amazing thing of it, is it allows you to, when you get to the point where you can quiet your mind, it allows other ideas, inspirations, creativity to come through when you finally get to a point of just calming that central nervous system down, calming, all of the stress of the day and allowing it to move through you. And so is there a set amount of time that you need to meditate? Is that another resistance block?
Well, that's another resistance. I don't have too much time to meditate. Well, you can start with 1 minute meditation and then build up, because the more, it's like going to the gym. When you start doing exercises, you're like, oh my goodness. But then you start like, oh, I want more. I can do it. 1 more minute, 5 more minutes, right? You feel, your energy building up. Same way, but start slow. You don't have to rush. You don't have to do long things. But the important thing is to do it, right? So it can be 1 minute, but 1 minute, focus on that. Right?
Yeah. And so you work with people on learning how to tune into their energy. So, how can we utilize our energy to make changes in our life?
Well, one of the most important things is to shift your focus. Right? Many times we are not aware, but we're focusing always on the problem instead of on the solution, for example, right? We're focusing on the lack. I don't have this, how come this is happening, instead of the opportunities, right? So in reality, it's about the mindset, right? How you can check what is happening in your mind, because that's the first step for whatever it is that you're going to do. So it's more like starting to become more aware of what you're really doing. If that's aligned with your goals, with your life, with what you want, then continue. If not, you have to shift the focus, meaning shift the energy, because it's not the same a person that is focusing on gratitude, right? The energy is abundant, flowing, than a person that is focusing on why this is happening to me.
Yeah, the complaining.
The complaining one, right? Because complain reduce your energy. Gratitude and appreciation build your energy. So the bigger the energy, the faster you can attract things, because we're like a magnet of energy. The bigger your capacity, the faster you can manifest things in your life. So it's just understanding that you have to do the shift.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of it plays into, many of us don't even know where our thoughts are, right? So it's like, I'll have clients that'll say, but I'm manifesting stuff I don't want to be manifesting. I'm like, well, where are your thoughts? Where is your energy focused? And they're like, well, I'm trying to focus here, but I have all this stuff going on in the background in my subconscious mind. And so I think a lot of it too, like you said, mindset is crucial in that. We've got to have an understanding of where is our mindset even at, because if you think, you're focusing 10% of your thoughts on something that you desire, but 90% of your thoughts are on the stuff that you don't want, then you're actually attracting the stuff that you don't want, because it's just the probabilities aren't in alignment, there. So
it's just a basic principle of energy. Energy follows your intention. So whatever you think many, many times, it will tend to multiply, manifest, and magnify. So if you're complaining, the energy doesn't know if it's good or bad. They're saying, oh, that's what you want? I give you more. I multiply it for you, right? But if you understand that principle, you will like, oh, no, wait. Let me change. Let me rephrase. Because sometimes it's people say, no, but if I'm not feeling good, it's okay. But you can say, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of getting better. Thank you for asking. I'm working on it. But you cannot have to be like, oh no, because everything that you say after I am, you become.
Yeah. And when you put an emotion behind it, it even amplifies
Even
it. And
more.
then when you speak it, it's even stronger, right?
Exactly. So, but if you start creating that awareness, it's not anymore in your subconscious mind. You bring it to the front and you can do something about it. But it's practice. It's practice, like everything. Every day you find something new and you say, okay, next time I know this is how I'm going to answer. This is how I'm going to manifest, because every time that we speak, we are manifesting.
Absolutely. And one technique I love to teach people is called the cancel technique. It's when you catch yourself in a negative loop or a thought pattern that you don't want, and you literally say out loud, cancel, and then you reframe it, right? And that's what you were just talking about, is reframing it. But most people have a hard time even catching themselves in that loop pattern. Do you have any advice for people that are stuck, in that negative loop pattern to flip it or to switch it?
Well, meditation is one of those things. Why? Because when we meditate, our energy body opens up, right? And when we are open to new opportunities. If you keep doing what you're doing over and over, you're going to get the same results. That's why it's a challenge, yes, but I invite you to try and see consistently how that will change your life. Because when you meditate, you open yourself to positive vibration energies, right? Love, kindness, hope, opportunities, all these beautiful things, right? So when you are open to that, guess what is coming to you? All those amazing things come into your life, right? But if you keep doing what you're doing, especially when you worry, you start taking energy from anything that you want, you worry, you get less energy. And when you have low energy, what happened to you? Fears, insecurities, stress, because you have no energy to run, right? So if you don't know how to do it, you use different tools to bring that into you. Like when we eat, right? If you need, I need more vitamin C, you go to the store, you buy the vitamin C, and you take same way. If you don't have it within you right now, you look the tool for put it into your system. So there are many different ways to meditate, and you can try it and see which one fit the needs that you have right now. And that will help you to change that. That brings me in, I remember another one of the common, blocks or resistance to meditate is I cannot stop the monkey mind. Like,
yes.
I'm meditating, I'm doing the grocery list in my mind, right? And that's okay. The thing is that maybe the meditation that you're doing is not the right one for you at this moment. Because if you have a really active mind and you're trying to do a silent meditation, you're going to go crazy. Because when the silence comes, your mind says, okay, now you're going to listen. So maybe, for example, in that case, I will recommend you to do a guided meditation. So your mind is engaged into what they're telling you to do. And maybe not a passive meditation, but something that you have to interact. Right? My favorite meditation is called Meditation on Twin Hearts. Is our staple meditation in Pranic Healing. And it's a really active meditation because they make you bless the planet Earth, receive the energy. So it's between a visualization, giving energy. So you allow yourself to be a channel. So your mind cannot be like, because you are focusing on what they're telling you to do, for example.
I love that. And I'm a remote viewer. And one technique that they taught us in remote viewing before we start remote viewing is the set aside technique. So basically it's before you meditate, you can write down on a piece of paper everything that's coming up, that like the grocery list, and I got to run this errand and I have to do this, I have to do that. What you do is you write it down and you literally say in your mind, okay, this is not urgent at this moment. I am setting this aside for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you're going to meditate. And it allows the monkey mind, right? That conscious mind to say, okay, that's taken care of for the time being, and we can set it aside. And so it's like basically just kind of, having the subconscious and the conscious communicate with one another that, hey, we know that this needs to get taken care of, but we're not going to do it in this next, 10 to 15 minutes. And that's actually been very helpful for me. It was a technique I learned during that process, but I do use it sometimes, when prior to meditation. It's just, and I always suggest writing it down just because it's like really ingraining it in.
Because when you write it down, you put it out of your system into the paper. Yes. So it's like oh, I don't have to remember anymore, right?
Yes.
It's already in a piece of paper. So you don't have that nagging thought from remember to do this, remember to do this, don't forget, right? So if you put it down, it's like, okay, it's there. So at some point, she will find the paper again and she will follow the to-do list or anything that you're doing. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, Carolina, this has been a really fun conversation. Is there anything else that you feel that we should add that would provide value or benefit to the listeners?
Well, you know, because we were talking about the blockages, so maybe some tools to overcome this resistance to meditate. Remember, if it's important for you, it's in your schedule. So find a moment, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or something during your day that you say, at this time, I have an appointment with myself to meditate, right? And then you choose any of the different type of meditation that are available for you, right? The other thing is to think about why you want to meditate, because you have to come with an intention, because that will make it easier for you. Like when you go to the gym again, why do you want? Because I want to be healthier, I want to change any shape of my body, I want to be stronger. Why do you want to meditate? You need inner peace, you need clarity, you just want to relax. What it is your intentions, because with everything with intention, you can make it easier for you, because you know why in your heart, why you're doing this. Yes. The other thing is a habit. Like any habit, you have to do it over and over and over, and you will always have the thing, not now, maybe, let me snooze the alarm on my calendar. No, in 10 minutes. No, just go and do it, like everything in your life, right? You know that you go to work from this time to this time, that's already set for you. Start making a routine. Make it simple for you, right? And remember that it's not about meditation being something that you do in your life, but something that you become. Is part of your life. So if you see it like that, you are just being, so it's easy.
It's like sleeping, right? It's something that you just incorporate that just becomes so routine that you go about your day. And oftentimes I find myself meditating while I drive. I know that's like a bad thing, but I do find myself in those moments where the mind is calm and I have inspiration and information coming through.
I do that too. But what I do is, like, when you're driving, of course, I don't want to meditate. I do a meditation that I am, like falling asleep or something like that. But I do more a conscious, focused meditation. Maybe I'm planning something, right? Or maybe I'm doing my positive affirmations. Or maybe I'm listening to inspiring songs, right? Because what you listen also affects who you are and your energy, right? If you are listening to these songs that are everything is about chaos and drama, that's what you're attracting into your life. Where there are so many amazing music with amazing lyrics that you can use to empower yourself. I can do it, right? So I also do the same while I drive a lot.
Yeah. And I think it's important to say that is that when, you may have a 15-minute drive to work or an hour or whatever, what are you filling your time with, when you're driving? Are you listening to a bunch of garbage, on your way to work? Or are you listening to things that empower you, that recharge your energy? I used to have about a 45-minute drive to work, and I would listen to Audible books that would teach me how to increase my energy. It would teach me things that were valuable in my life. And then by the time I got to work, I felt energized. I felt excited. I had knowledge to share with people because I had learned something on my way. So I do think that, those are the times when people say, I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, if you have a commute to and from work, then you do have time to be able to fill that space with something quality. And I like how you just mentioned that meditation doesn't have to be a sleeping meditation. It can be a consciously focused meditation. And so it's just really reframing our limited beliefs around what meditation is.
Totally. That's what it is. So that being said, that's what I always tell to people. Try to mix meditation with an old habit that you have. For example, you brush your teeth every single day because you're already like automatic. Right. While you do that, maybe you can tell your positive affirmations. Yeah. Or you rephrase your goals. I'm so happy because this is coming into my life. I don't know, something, right? When you stand up from your bed, normally the first steps are towards the bathroom, right? Make it meaningful. I'm so grateful for life, every step is a gratitude step, because you stand up, you are alive, you are getting ready for a beautiful day, right? So meditation, it has many, many ways to do it. It doesn't have to be sitting down, quiet your mind. That's what I say, that it's a lifestyle. You have to make it part of your life. So at the end, you are meditating all the time.
It's just making your thoughts conscious, right? It's bringing them to the conscious mind and being aware. And, when you first wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, I am grateful, to have had a good night's rest. I am grateful to have a productive day. I'm grateful to be able to set the tone for my day. And so, even in the shower too, there's things that you can do to set the tone for your day. You can really have productive thoughts. And so I love this conversation, Carolina, because it really is bringing new perspectives. It's expanding the consciousness around what meditation, is perceived to be. And so tell us a little bit about how you help people. What services do you provide? How can people reach out to you?
Well, good, excellent. So there's so many ways. I have, if you go to my social media, you have some free resources for people to start trying, let's say, a short meditation, some tools for you to be more aware, small things. Also, I have other programs that I call the instant access program, because there are people that say, I want to do it by myself. I don't want this particular time, but I want the flexibility. So there are some webinars and things that you can do online by yourself, right? Then we have the one-on-one, because it's important. Sometimes people need to express their needs or what is happening to them, so I can give you the tools tailored to yourself, right? Another way is, I just have this book out. It's called It Is a Piece of Cake. And it's a recipe how you can reach your goals and dreams. That mindset that you need step by step. Same way that when we cook, you have a recipe and you know that you are going to get the right thing. Same thing should be in life, right? You have a recipe and you follow. So those are the different ways. So you can find me in social media. We will leave you all the information.
Okay. Do you have a website?
Yes, it's called Sociatap / Carolina Ayala.
Okay, great. And I'll leave all that information in the comments below too for all of the watchers and listeners. Well, thank you, Carolina. This was a really fun conversation, and I really enjoy your energy and all of the tools and tips that you shared. And I know they will be of value for all of those that tune in. So thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Super great.
You deserve to navigate your life as an empath in alignment with health, happiness, and abundance. To learn more about the services that I provide, including Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis, EFT Tapping, and the Emotion Code, visit my website at www.thesoulcafe.org.